Okay, all ready to go? Let's get started! I'll start the game.
With stars, one through five. 5 stars, right? But things eventually got simplified to a thumbs up, to a thumbs down. And that was a fine system, because think about it this way. When people were leaving the stars, they were either leaving one stars or 5 stars or no stars. So they've drastically reduced things down to 2 things. Either you like a video or you dislike it. It was a public form of discourse. Maybe you didn't have any thoughts on a subject and you just left a thumb. Good video. Or maybe you didn't like a video. Thumbs down. It was simple. It was easy to understand. And it didn't always have to have a greater purpose behind it. But apparently YouTube here has taken it upon themselves without reaching out to creators. Maybe they did. Maybe they reached out to the big top echelon of YouTube and said, I'm being harassed. YouTube, save me. but we all know what the real truth is here of the matter. So let's do a little thing here, because my life has been turned upside down because of this whole thing, and I figured I'd go into detail about how I feel about this whole DislikeGate. Is that what they're calling it? The removal, and it's not even a removal. Anyways, let's get into it. So this is what started it off here. Just this Team YouTube tweet. You know, when you really need them, like when channels are getting taken down or things are being inappropriately flagged or mislabeled, or their moderation content bot goes too far and starts demonetizing or striking channels for copyright content, they're never around. But when it comes to thumbs, what matters of the thumb, here they are when you didn't ask for it. Anyways, it's good to see you, chat, here on this Friday morning cool stream. Who do we got in chat? We got Garden back. Welcome, Garden back. That's okay. Let everyone file in. Let's let everyone file in here. If you would, post in chat. Tell me your thoughts on this whole thing. I'll read them as they come. But here we are. So it all started here to reduce targeted dislike attacks and their impact on creators, especially on smaller creators. This is disgusting. I am disgusted. Like, they had to put that, like, parenthetical, especially on smaller creators. They do not give a shit about us. I must say that right now. They do not give a single... you all know that. But it's just it's so facetious, if you will. You'll no longer see a public dislike count on YouTube. Starting today, the dislike button is staying. So we're getting some mixed messages here. Okay? We're getting rid of... You'll no longer see a public dislike count, but the dislike button is staying. And okay, so the dislike is staying, and this is to reduce targeted dislike attacks. How does that reduce targeted dislike attacks? I wonder. Wouldn't just turning off, removing the dislike button entirely do that? Wouldn't that be the end-all, be-all of targeted dislike attacks? No. So in this instance... only the creator will be able to see the dislikes. So where they came in and said, especially on smaller creators, so they're protecting my feelings, they're protecting me from targeted dislike attacks, but in the same hand, the dislike button is staying. What is going on here? This comes after lots of research, testing, and consideration. And they made a little video here. I didn't watch it. I don't need to watch the cope. This is exactly what it is, and I'll tell you what it is, because I posted about it. YouTube Rewind really got to him, huh? Now, if you don't know, if you're out of the loop here, YouTube Rewind is this video that they used to put out annually, where they got all the best of the best, quote unquote, YouTube creators, the top of the crop. Except, you know, PewDiePie or anybody else. Will Smith. Yeah, they got Will Smith in the last one from what I remember. And it's just a whole pat yourself on the back YouTube shill fest. And people were disgusted by it. They did not want to watch it. They felt, they knew it was hollow advertisement for, you know, it was all about big content creators, if anything. And they were sick of being pandered to. They were sick of seeing this stuff in their feed and constantly shilled to them. And they left. They did the unmistakable crime of leaving a dislike. And people thought it was funny. Yeah, sure. Some of it was disingenuous. Some people out there did it just for the lulz, for the meme. Oh no. How do we react to this? Let's just go ahead and remove the public dislike count, right? So what are we left with? I mean, you can look at this video right now. There's no counter on this video. I had no say in that as a creator. The dislike button, personally, doesn't bother me whatsoever. If people have a problem with the video, or they dislike something, or they have a disagreement, you know, they'll usually leave a comment. They'll let me know. Or maybe they don't want to. Maybe they just don't have the thoughts for it and they just had a gut reaction and left a thumbs down. Oh, well. That doesn't, like, that, it doesn't affect the course of my life at all as a creator. Right? And so, like, going down, let's go down here, because there's a lot of great reactions from other creators here about removing the dislike button. But the worst part is, you'll see YouTube come in here and try and defend themselves, and it's disgusting. Like, it makes me so sick, like in a visceral sense, what YouTube says. So Logan over here says, this is a joke to protect small content creators. This is to protect big corporations from criticism and to support their bottom line. Full stop. Really disappointing. Gonna have to reconsider my premium sub. Oh no, we're losing another YouTube Red member here. Okay, Team YouTube, and here they come again. They gotta put their little cope video in there. We understand why some could think that. Really? After all this research that you laid on us, all the data, all the facts, you can understand our point of view, but we're not going to change it. It's definitely not the case. This change is about protecting our creators by reducing targeted dislike attacks, especially for them. Once again, they just went into it. They went back in. It's like a robot. You're talking to a robot, and that's how it feels to be a smaller content creator on YouTube. Anytime I've had a copyright dispute, anytime a video of mine's been taken down, I don't talk to another person. There's nobody I can get on the line that would advocate for me. You know who gets all the advocation? The people with the check marks, the people that have hundreds of thousands or millions of subs, they get somebody on the phone. You remember? Okay, this may be some deep lore here, but there was a content creator out there. His name was Gokunaru. Now, Gokunaru was a smaller YouTuber, and what he did is he made his own spin on Content Cop, which is essentially, you know, a drama deconstruction, like analyzing another YouTuber's quote-unquote sins or whatever, but it's basically a critical outlook. And Gokunaru did that on H3H3 Productions, okay? And yeah, he did it in a satirical sense. There were some skits in here, a lot of criticism levied at, you know, he was punching up. He was punching up at a million sub channel. Millions and millions. And when, like, YouTube started flagging all of his videos and taking them down and threatened to delete his channel for violence because there was a skit that had a fake gun in it, okay? So Gokunaru edits out all the violent stuff. He edits out all the guns, but he leaves all the criticism about H3H3 in there. And what happens? They still take down his videos, and they threaten to take down his channel if he uploads them again, even though they're in an edited form. It's I definitely didn't see YouTube jumping to the defense of a smaller content creator there. In that case, I also have let me get something pulled up here real quick. I have something that's personally affected one of my friends, and this just happened like yesterday, I believe, or the day before, and this like breaks my heart. So let me pull this up real quick. I think the channel's been completely removed. I'll pull up my friend's tweet because they removed this channel. So give me a second, chat here. Let me read some of the chat while I'm looking for my friend's tweet. Just more big tech trying to appease the corpos, says Devil May Cry 3-6. Delta says removing the dislike button are for virgin chads can handle the hate just fine. We can. John Thomas, prepare for the clickbaits. Ray Matter, hi dear member from Does It Play? I guess that's me. Julian says, I don't need to go see the number of dislikes to click the dislike button. If anything, this news will drive me to dislike even more. Yeah, I feel that people have have more of a visceral gut reaction to this. And that's what I've been seeing in regards to all this drama here. So let me pull up my friend's video real quick. I've got like, guys, you got to understand, I had like thousands of people completely just go off on one of my tweets here. So we'll be getting to that. Miguel says, wouldn't removing the dislike button make the boy issue even worse, since there's also boys in the comic section? What boy are you talking about? The bad boys? Right before the rewind. Is there going to be another rewind happening? Are they making that mistake again? That's sad. Anyways, I'm looking for my friend Mr. C here. So let me give it to you in a nutshell. This happened 2 days ago. Some of you guys might be familiar with Mr. Catalina or the Catalina collection. Mr. Catalina is one of my friends. He's been making videos way longer than I have. You might have been familiar with this. Let me pull something up for you here. Let's get some audio here. All right, so my friend Mr. Catalina had his channel removed, and he was responsible for uploading an entire archive of the Steve Rambo collection here.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Our dad taught us not to be ashamed of.
I don't know if YouTube will let me finish this scene, but yes, Steve Rambo, boy band, all of they call it gachamuchi in Japan. He was responsible for uploading like the actual clips from the gay porn, which all the memes derived. And it's insane because he painstakingly edited all of his videos to like remove any form of sex or nudity. He blurred it out. He ripped all the content into 4K. And I finally found the tweet here. So I got the tweet we need. This is Kurt, aka Mr. C Videos, the owner of the Catalina collection. And he had, I want to say, at least like 2 solid years of uploading like all the different Steve Rambo clips, full movies. He had the director Josh Elliott, the guy behind like these actual movies, come in and he gave an interview to him, right? So he had like a full endorsement from the original creator. And like he tried to appeal this because YouTube came in and flagged his content and said that all of his videos had sexual content, all right? So YouTube is not the place for nudity, pornography, or other sexually provocative content, right? Which we all know is a lie, okay? I could go on YouTube and type in WAP. I could type in wet ass pussy like right now and find something that was far more sexual than the stuff that Kurt was providing on the Catalina collection. So we know that's a lie. Kurt, as I said, he painstakingly went through all of his videos. He blurred out private parts. He even cut out the sections wherever there was sex and just left in the acting. Okay. Yeah, there might have been some like sexual comments here and there, but nothing like that's not already on YouTube. So, you know, Kurt tried his best to appeal to YouTube, and of course he got a bot. He got a bot back, and he just got deleted. Like all those videos, hours of his life just stolen from him without any proper like due process in any of this. And it makes me sick to my stomach because those videos that Mr. C put out brought millions of people across the world joy, okay? They weren't making fun of it because the characters in there were gay. They were appreciating the corniness of the acting, of the comedy, of the surrealness, and the weird drama and plots found within Mr. C's videos. And so, as I said, this is the hypocrisy of YouTube right here. When it comes to an actual small content creator that has real problems, that like his channel, like to build up to where he was, took 2 years out of his life of tracking down these videos, ripping them, running them through a 4K upscaling generator, cutting out, adding blurs, arranging interviews. All of that was lost and taken from him. And how would removing a dislike button, a public one, help this small creator is what I want to know. Anyways, Mr. C, if you're out there, shout out. Oh, there he is in chat right there. Mr. C says, rewind is dead, thankfully. Oh, dang, I popped up at the right time. Yes, you did. Don't worry. The Catalina collection is back and will be better than ever. I'm glad to hear it, man. But it still doesn't excuse what they did to you. Like, no due process. And you'll hear it from all the other content creators out there who criticize something and they get the copyright flags. Nothing's being done about that. But God forbid the dislike button. So let's go back over here to the main topic here, our DislikeGate. There are people, just thousands roasting, right? So the Treese here says, I feel like this is unnecessarily removes important information from viewers. The like-dislike ratio has always been used as a measurement of a video's quality going in, so taking away the dislike makes it impossible to give users a warning if a video is bad without watching it. Yes, it's a quick way of knowing, is this video worth my time? Is this video a scam? Does this video have false information? Because God knows, whenever you flag something for spam, it doesn't always go down. Roblox, Fortnite scams, Steam key, malicious software, redirect links. You try and flag that, it doesn't go down. Thousands of bots that create all these fake, like, you know, you post a new video and you see these comments from, hey, check out this video. And it's just like some hyperlink that's all broken at the very end. And I get those every single videos, and they've done nothing about that. They've done nothing about that. YouTube comes in with the cope. The like count and comments will still be visible to help you get a feel for other viewers' opinion on the video. Ultimately, it's YouTube's responsibility to protect this. Once again, they're talking out of two sides of their mouths. They're saying they're trying to protect the community, right? But you can still, like, if somebody's got it out for you and they want to leave you a bunch of dislikes or buy a bunch of bots to leave dislikes, they can still do it. And then that person can still see that. So where's the protection? Are they afraid of dogpiling? Are people really that influenced? Or maybe there's something even more sinister going on here. We'll get into it. So scrolling down, there's this one absolutely disgusting comment that I saw from YouTube that I'm trying to find. And it's because it's so patronizing. So I'm going to see if it's still there. It's in response because everyone called him on this. Every single person was just like, this is very bad. And we know why you're doing this. We know why you're doing this. So I'm going to go down here. Let's read some chat. It's still necessary for the content to be accessible, says Julian. But seriously, removing the public dislike counter wouldn't make people find a way to bash the shit out of the content. Kind of like what's being done by Twitter with people getting ratioed. Delta, yeah, people find other ways. They always have. If anything, it makes people more creative, I think. I mean, a like and a dislike, it's like, what harm is it either way? What does a dislike mean without a comment? Well, what data, what information can you derive out of a dislike or a bunch of dislikes? It may, like, when I see, this is from me personally, when I see a video that has thousands of dislikes, it's getting ratioed, I want to watch that video and figure out what's going on. What caused this visceral response? Why is this happening? Where's the divisive piece to this? Yeah, it doesn't make me stop watching a video. I'm still able to form my own opinion. So here's a good question from Cheesecraft789. What's the point of the dislike button if you can't see the number? Dislikes count as engagement, which helps the video in the algorithm, and without seeing the like-dislike ratio, there is no quality control whatsoever. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. People should be allowed to voice their opinion and have it be seen. And they can still do that in the comments, I guess. So why remove the public dislike? It just doesn't make any sense. Good question. We've heard feedback from creators and viewers that the dislike button is an important tool to provide feedback to creators and tune the recommendations you see, which is why it is staying despite the count being private. Why make it private then? Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. A little poll. Better to remove dislikes to know if a video is bad. Like, what's the purpose? I'm trying to find this nasty, absolute. Also, this one right here. This one makes me so furious. You can see on here from Futurama, the neutral response meme is now obliterated. Like, just like taking a seesaw and making it completely balanced. This was a fun activity that we can no longer do. That made me upset. Oh, here's another one. If dislikes impact the search algorithm behind the scenes, won't the attack still prove effective? It says dog. With this update, we're aiming to disincentivize harassing behavior in the first place. Yeah, that'll work. We found the public dislike count motivates trolls, harassment, and dislike attacks, and our experiment/results data showed a reduction in dislike attacking behavior when it's not visible. I just don't understand. Like, if there are trolls, if there's something divisive out there and people naturally dislike it, they're gonna let you know regardless. So, like, and they're going to leave a comment. They're going to share it on Twitter and talk some shit. They're going to go on Reddit. Like, how are you going to control it on Reddit? Somebody posted on Reddit and they're going to downvote it. It's going to get, like, that's what you're creating. You're creating another Reddit. You're creating a giant echo chamber where nothing productive happens. All right, so let's go down. I'm still looking for this. Wow, YouTube, maybe you should listen to your community. Yeah, everyone's starting to dislike the dislike video. And they've been removing dislikes too. They've been you could go see, like, on any political video, doesn't matter any side of the aisle, the White House videos, where they've just been massively deleting dislikes. It is leaving false impressions that way. Let's go on down, because they do comment. I'm looking for the comment where they mention the YouTube rewind video. That's the one I want to see, and then we'll move on here. Near Snape just finished work in the UK. Thank you, Hikiko. Well, you put it in the grind. Thanks for being here. Miguel says, YouTube only cares about big channels. Also doesn't help that they basically have a monopoly, since every other video hosting site either sucks or dies in a few months. That's true. That is true. And because of certain laws in certain countries, like BitChute and stuff, they're not exactly that separate from YouTube. They still have content deletion and flags and all sorts of messy stuff. Here's one here. This is a very good point brought up by Pika Ami at the Apex Games. you could very, very easily make this just optional. In fact, there already is an option. It turns off both likes and dislikes. Making this universal is a bit stupid. Exactly. Give us some agency in this decision. If I wanted likes and dislikes removed, I could just remove them. That's been around since time immemorial on YouTube, from what I remember. You could disable ratings. Why not leave the option? If somebody feels that they can't take the heat or they can't take the dislikes, just remove it. Get rid of them. But yeah, YouTube says, we've seen that when creators use the option and chose to turn off likes and dislikes on their videos, they can be bullied and harassed for that decision. Let me get this straight. So when a creator removes the likes and dislikes, they're getting bullied anyway. They remove the likes and dislikes, and they're still getting bullied. They remove the likes and dislikes on their own, and they're still getting bullied. They're still that. So what you're telling me is, it changes nothing. So you did this for nothing, because if they're gonna be hated, if they're gonna be bullied, God forbid, it's still gonna happen regardless if the dislike button's there. Right? Am I crazy here? Ultimately, it's our responsibility to protect. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Once again, somebody putting neutral response is now messed up. Arlo came in. Arlo, a puppet, a nice pup. They've deleted some comments here. So I found this comment. What the fuck? Oh my God. Can I show this? Apparently I can show this because this is still on YouTube. This is a great one. Yeah, I gotta disable likes, but this video just showed up on YouTube Kids. Don't know about the content, but the thumb sure as hell ain't kid-friendly, and all those channels' videos have similar. What the fuck am I looking at? Is she shitting out bacon? Is the zombie eating a poo breakfast? Monster School, Zombie and Girl, Sad Love Story, all episode season. Oh shit! Yes, removing the dislike button, but leaving this. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh my God. Mr. C, they removed your videos, but this is okay. They deleted your channel, but left the shitting zombie poop meal. Oh, thanks for disabling ratings. Oh my gosh. I'm still looking for we're gonna dig deep in here. Because they do talk. Yeah, the rewind, there we go. 19 million. So let's put it into perspective. YouTube spent, I don't know, maybe they spent $5 million to get Will Smith in this shit, right? And it didn't work out the way they'd hoped. You know, there's 3 million bot likes. They're not deleting the 3 million bot likes on that, but they are getting rid of the 19 million genuine, authentic feedback dislikes. Because how many of those are really bots? And how many of those are real versus this? Like, who's going to come out? Oh, yeah, I like big content creator, pat yourself on the back fest. That's what I like. Thumbs up. Okay, I don't want to meet those people. This is it. I found it. Chat, I found it. I finally found it after digging through all this. Thank you for your patience. But this is the one. So this is the one. Cab Microwave says, not my screenshot, but this is exactly why you've been removing dislikes. You don't need to lie about it being for smaller creators. And this is truth. Go off, Cab. Team YouTube. This is disgusting what Team YouTube says. They said, This change is about protecting creators, especially small creators. Makes me sick every time I hear it. But yes, we have learned the hard way how it feels to get a lot of dislikes. Winking smiley face. Guess it's not a big deal. Guess it's not that big of a deal if you can leave a winking smiling face attached to it. We learned the hard way. Just like every creator has to learn the hard way on YouTube, on the internet in general. Okay, it's part of it. You get the likes, you get the dislikes. You get the good, you get the bad, you get the neutral, you get nothing sometimes. Yes, we learned the hard way. This YouTube liaison vid shares more background and top cues around the update if you want to learn more. I gotta watch this. Should we watch this, chat? I'll leave it up to chat. Will the polls actually work? Let me leave a poll here. All right. I'll leave it up to you. We'll put that poll. I'll let you guys react. I'll engage. Okay, so you can give a thumb. I should have made that a thumbs up and a thumbs down. I should have brought it back. Can we still add thumbs up? Is it too late? Is it too late? I haven't seen this video. It's gonna be a blind watch from me. It's gonna be a blind watch from me, dog. Let's read some chat here. Fictive Truism. That disabling ratings feature is too advanced for big companies, YouTuber channels. Julian says, that's not YouTube, kids. Funny, though. Delta says, YouTube teaching the ways of scatology, yes. I'm seeing some... I got 10 votes so far. We're at 90% yes. 10% no. Fair enough, fair enough. I'll give you another minute here, chat. I'm going to have a quick drink, a little drinky poo. Wet my whistle. Oh, we got that super chat coming in here. $5 from J-Spot. Thumbs up for me, dog. Thank you so much, J-Spot. Julian with the... That's right, Zach. All right. This polls, we got 14 votes. Been out for a minute. Thank you so much for your super chat. Yeah, this is all about the rewind, Miguel. 100%. But there's some other things in here. I have not seen YouTube's like targeted cope, and I'm a creator, right? I should be watching this. I should know why features that have been around on my channel where I can get on it, and that's fine. Like bandwagoning is fine. If a lot of people see a thumb on my video and they want to thumb, either way, likes, dislikes, that's their choice. They're going to do it anyway. It's not protecting me if I can still see it, if that's quote-unquote harassment. It doesn't stop bandwagoning either way. There's still comments. But here we go. I get you have spoken, chat. 15 votes. 87% says yes. Let's take a look. I have not seen this. This could go either way. Okay. 3 minutes to explain why millions of people will be affected by this new change. So here we go.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me...
Hold on. So they were experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video? So I don't remember them doing that, but only the creator of the video. So that I guess that would be, the most effective solution. If the creator just did not want to see all that, they could hide that from themselves. Yeah, that if that was the case, then why didn't they go that route? Weird.
Like counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not.
Yes, that's the main point.
If it's a helpful tutorial or not.
Yes. How many times have I seen a tutorial try to fix the Xbox 360 red ring? And then you just end up in some guy's dingy ass basement, and he pulls out a moldy towel and duct tapes it around his Xbox, then plugs in his Xbox, and then catches your basement on fire. Might be helpful to have a dislike button public there. Wouldn't you think?
Or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not.
Yeah,
but
consensus.
Unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either.
Okay, so if you haven't experienced it, and I haven't experienced it, must be just a very minority, like a big, small minority being affected by this problem. So let's just have it apply to everyone. And not just the specific people we're talking about. Let's just have this rule change for everyone. Now, no one can bring Pokemon cards to school. Keep your Tamagotchis at home, chat.
Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count.
Which group? I want to know. Why?
Turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard.
Why not? That's okay. It was a game sometimes. It can be a game, as we showed with the Futurama neutral response. Or PewDiePie put out a couple of videos where he's like, can this video get a certain amount of dislikes? Or can this video get a certain amount of likes? That's the fun of it. It can be a game. It can also be used as a game.
And it's usually just because they don't like the creator.
How can you extrapolate that information?
With a visible scoreboard. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator.
Where's your evidence on this? Like, look at his face right here. The big cope, he's looking off to the side. He's lying. He knows he has to say this. Because it's like Paramount Pictures or Fox Pictures came out, Sony came out, Marvel came out and said, God damn it, we need to get rid of this right now. Money's on the table and it's taking it out of our hands. This is not about the small content creator. And you cannot prove that a dislike means it's harassment. There's no way. You could just not like the content. Maybe that the audio in the video was off, or you heard a popping noise, a click click. Maybe you just didn't like the music they used or the font choice they used. Maybe it's not about the person. It doesn't have to have a reason.
Or what they stand for. That's a...
Okay. I got another thing. Let's rewind it here. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator.
Usually just because they don't like the creator or what they
stand for. That's okay. You don't have to like what people stand for. People give their opinions all the time. I'm a critic. I'm a critic on the internet here, on the old interwebs. I'm gonna talk about things I don't like in a video game. And that video game might be beloved by a whole group of niche people or a whole passionate fan base. And I tear that game apart. And they don't like what I have to say because I talked about their sacred cow. And they downvote me, rightfully so. That doesn't mean it's harassment. They don't like what I have to say. What is wrong with that? It's okay to disagree. All right, let's go.
Stand for. That's a big problem when...
No, that is not a big...
Because they don't like the creator or what they stand for. That's a big problem.
That is not a big problem. deleting people's channels without due process. That's a big problem. All the constant scam videos out there and poopy zombie Minecraft videos, chat, come on. Come on, let's go back. That's a big problem. This is a big problem. Big old problem. Okay? This dislike button, by the way, dislike. That's a big problem.
When half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
When half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice. No, you do not. You do not give everyone a voice. I've known many content creators that have been deplatformed from YouTube for having an alternative voice and then having to go like this like migrant colony to Odyssey or to BitChute or to vid.me or to Vimeo, you know, or the Gumroad. If your mission was to give everyone a voice, you wouldn't be deplatforming people left and right. This is a big cope. This is a big lie. This is a big propaganda piece.
So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks.
Which channels did you experiment on? I'd love to know. Was it the White House? Was it any big movie studios channels? Who got to remove the dislike counter? Who got to do it is what I want to know.
Across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction.
They did. After analysis, they did. Let me see a chart. Let me see the data. What was your sample size? What kind of content did they make? Was it political in nature? Did they talk about hot button issues? Did they talk about video games? Movies? Who? I want to know.
So, the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations.
You can already tune your own recommendations, okay? You could already do that before. You could, if you didn't like a channel, you could hit the 3 dots on the side and say, don't recommend channel. Let's see if I can report it. But if it shows up in your feed, you can already do that. You can click that. Don't recommend this content anymore. I dislike this content.
But you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want.
If they want. Let me tell you something about being a creator on YouTube. We have this thing, we have this tool. So if you haven't uploaded to YouTube, we have YouTube Studio. YouTube is always pushing us all these surveys. They push us reminders. YouTube Feed Studio, like they want you to download YouTube Studio or have it on your bookmarks and look at your feedback, look at all the data. So you're telling me as a creator, if I want out of this situation and I don't like dislikes and I'm completely afraid of this targeted harassment, I have to bury my head in a hole and live there in ignorance and never look at feedback. So just upload things willy-nilly, and then my audience or whatever passerbys can come by, they can't make that assessment that like public for everyone else to see and then like decide if my video was good or not. It's only for me. So the person you're trying to protect is me, but I can still see everything. What has changed is, we all know what has changed. You've protected your benefactors.
Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching? Again,
this is like one of the best arguments ever, and I want to know. I want to know what the response is going to be.
And I kind of had this question too, but it turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership.
I doubt. Okay, here's the thing. The viewership would probably stay the same. When a video is mass disliked on a grand scale level, for whatever the reasons, YouTube Rewind, okay, is our example, people are still probably going to watch it, okay? The viewership might not change, like they might not walk away from it. They may leave a thumb down, but that still doesn't solve the quote-unquote problem either way. So, like, if their whole goal is to protect the smaller creator, if you got a target on your back, or if somebody wants to harass you, the dislike button is taking away the kids' gloves. It's taking away like the least used tool in their belt. Okay, they're gonna use comments. They're gonna use alt accounts. They may dox you. They may swatch you. They may do some other heinous stuff. Okay, this is not doing shit for anyone on a meaningful level is what I'm trying to get at.
Viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership, regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not.
So what you're telling me is that it's irrelevant either way. It's irrelevant. You just made the argument that the button itself is irrelevant. They still get the same views, regardless if it's there or not. They had the option before to turn it on, to turn it off, if before. So it's irrelevant. Why are you making this change?
In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not.
I cannot believe they left that in the video. I cannot believe they left that line in the video. It didn't really matter. If it didn't really matter, why do this?
They still watched. Next common question. If creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different?
Yes, let's hear it. I can't wait.
They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to.
How do you know that? You know what's embarrassing? I'll tell you, as a content creator. You put hours and hours, maybe days, lots of money poured into making higher than quality, like normal video, right? You put that out there, you use all the appropriate tags, you make it friendly for everyone, you don't have any offensive contents, you play by YouTube's rule book, and then you have something just completely fall flat on his face. It doesn't get any views. It doesn't get pushed out. YouTube, it withers and dies on the vine. You get 0 views, and then you know what takes the top of the search rankings? Poop bacon. Poop bacon gets, 268 consistent watchers, 220K subs. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. The dislike count, who gives a shit? Putting years of your life dedicating, learning the craft of editing and doing your research and then having people steal your content, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Having your channel removed after 2 years of content creation and people around the world loved it and they laughed. Shout out to Mr. C. Having that removed, that's embarrassing. That's humiliating. Less likely to cause stress and embarrassment? My ass. Like having your channel for no reason, having it deranked in the algorithm because YouTube made a sudden rule change, and then your standard of living, the dependable income, like if you're a full-time content creator and then no longer having that causes stress and embarrassment. A dislike? Oh no. It's like, what can I choose? Having food on the table, having bills paid, or my feelings protected from the dislikes? Which one would you choose?
Overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public.
That's not true at all. If you're leaving the comment section open, there's going to be more constructive and clever ways to make you feel embarrassed. I get roasted regularly in the comments from some clever motherfuckers out there. It doesn't change whatsoever. Like, no. Am I supposed to, like, blind myself from the comments or blind myself from what people on Reddit are saying or on Twitter? People are still, the roasting is still going to happen. But you're removing, like, the least offensive way to roast somebody. A dislike does nothing. A dislike is the least offensive way to express your distaste for something. It's doing somebody else a solid. Like, hey, I don't like your shit. Downvote. Done. And you're out. You know, most people who leave a downvote don't leave a comment. But now they're going to find out that leaving a downvote doesn't do jack shit. So they're going to start leaving the comments. They're going to start coming up with the clever ways.
And one more common question. Is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No. Although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes.
Oh, with that little cope smile, that smug. Yeah, they learned the hard way. Everyone has to learn the hard way what it's like in a free public discourse area. And I guess it's not so much anymore. YouTube is not a free place for public discourse, but that is the internet. Am I defending harassment campaigns? No, I'm not. Am I defending all the worst case examples? No, because those are the extremes. A kid coming in on his iPad giving me a downvote is not the same thing. Like, you can't make this equivocation that a downvote is learning the hard way. It's receiving feedback. Is it a democracy? I don't understand.
Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed and feel safe in doing so.
This does not make me feel any safer. Not whatsoever. You put yourself out there. It's always a calculated risk. Okay? I put my face out there. It's a risk. And I feel other content creators feel the same way. Here's the thing. YouTube is fully a choice. You choose to put your work out on display, your comments, your thoughts and feelings publicly. That's the risk that comes with that. Everything you do, everything you say, that is learning the hard way. It comes back sometimes. People don't react to it the way you think they were going to, or the way you intended. When I made my series of C-bomb videos, for example, people thought I was a big Microsoft shill, or they thought I hated Sony, or I was a Sony pundit. I got it from all angles. Okay? Endlessly, no one would watch my videos. They'd come in, they'd leave a downvote, they'd leave an upvote. Either way, they wouldn't watch the video, and they thought it was me, like, I don't know, shitting on Sony or shitting on Microsoft, when it wasn't. I was just displaying my personal experiments with the C-bomb. I can't control that. You can't sit everyone down and make them watch the video and fully understand where you're coming from or the context or what have you. Sometimes it's just a gut, visceral reaction, okay? You can't stop that. You can't stop impulse. You can't stop human nature to react to something. React World, remember when they were going to copyright reaction videos? Oh, man.
All right, so that's the update. I hope it doesn't cause too much frustration.
No charts,
honestly,
nothing.
I think you're going to get used to it pretty quickly.
You're going to get used to it pretty quickly because that's how it works, okay? They slowly, like, it starts here. It's a slippery slope fallacy, possibly, but whatever. It starts with they take away one thing, and then they start doing it to another and another and another. I mean, like, what is the purpose? I just, they haven't made it clear. This dude hasn't shown us anything. Like, I want to see those experiments. Give us the meat and potatoes. Like, what were your methods? What was your sample size? What content were they making in nature? Was it political? Was it gaming? Was it gossip? Who does this really protect in the end? So let's shift our focus over here. because I was washing the dishes. I was washing my damn dishes the other day, and this happened. I just fired out an innocuous tweet. I never expected this to blow up, but here we go. This was my whole take on the situation. I remember when public dislikes on YouTube changed the course of history for the better. Referring to the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, the initial trailer with Uncanny Valley, human teeth, homunculi, the hedgehog. This thing with the his arms are not blue or whatever. His arms are not blue. He's got furry, like no gloves. He's got like furry appendages. Right? And whether you agree with that or not, it got a reaction. Like, it blew up. I had it's already at like 1.5 million people across the world reacted to this. They resonated with this. I've never had a piece of media in my life. So, you know, people were a lot of people strongly agree with this, that this is about protecting big old check marks, protecting big old checkbooks from Paramount Pictures and Marvel and Disney and all that. This is what it's all about when it boils down to. They don't want people to give honest reaction. Leave it to the critics. Leave it to the paid shills. You know, sweep away the rest, the unwashed masses, the big old Sonic fans. Let's not protect their voice and their feelings. Let's remove this half. Okay, let's remove this half of the bar. Take the bar off there. It's a scoreboard. Imagine what our world would be like if we didn't have the ability to express this dislike. Who at Paramount is going to read the comments? They don't give a shit what you say in the comments. If it wasn't for this bar, I guarantee if it wasn't for this bar right here, front and center, before you even watch the rest of the trailer, that catches your attention. Something's wrong. Something's amiss. Why is a beloved character like our pal Sonic the Hedgehog, why is it eliciting this reaction? This is what the purpose of the public likes and dislikes. It causes people to dig deeper. That's what it's always been about. When you see that downvote, I didn't even know about any of the controversy of Sonic the Hedgehog when I was like, oh, the new Sonic trailer's out. So I go and I watch it, and then I see right there, people aren't liking this. I wonder why. I watch the trailer. This might be why. And then you scroll down in the comments, right? You dig deeper. You engage in discussions. You have a discourse. That's what it all comes down to, folks. They don't want you having the discourse. They don't want you to spark conversations, whether you like it or not. Because honestly, this ratio, if you look at it, it's like whenever this screenshot was taken, I'm not sure. It was coming close to, like, you know, pushing 50-50. I mean, you still got 217K likes in there. So not everyone hated it. I don't know why, but not everyone hated this choice. But it was still almost a balanced decision. Almost. But it leaned more towards people thought this was a horrific abomination to God and should be readjusted. And I think that these discussions that's what they want to do, is they want to taper off discussions, critical thought, and they want to, it's almost like they want to cater things, they want to push things towards their benefit always, not the smaller content creator, it's never been about us from the beginning. Ever since YouTube sold off to Google, smaller creators' rights gone, just gradually stripped away one by one. But that's where we are, chat. Sorry for this morning's black pill, but this is incredible. This is just incredible to me. We knew this was going to happen. Content creators, like, once they have, the thing is, like, oh, we ran our experiments. We knew that was a lie. We knew that they already made up their minds, and they were gonna drop it during a very controversial time where people were looking the other way, but they weren't. They thought they could just like do it during the Rittenhouse trial, that people might not notice this change. Everyone, it doesn't like this, and they have no public way to show that in a quick fashion that's easily digestible. So you have to scroll down to the comments, and like, I don't always do that. Like here, just an example, I didn't scroll down to these comments yet. I'm going to do it now. But usually, like, this is my experience when I watch a video. I come in, I look at the ratio. Is it worth my time? I have no bearing. There's no bar that tells me if it's worth my time. So now I have to scroll down to the comments. Are there comments? Are there no comments? Did they remove comments? Chat. Let's refresh this. Did they remove comments? Oh my God. They removed comments. There's no comments. How are you supposed to leave honest feedback? You remove the dislike button. This is exactly the problem. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. No, this is entirely believable. I can't believe what message are they trying to get across here? I'm livid about this. Anyways, chat. I was going to talk about the C-bomb and maybe play some San Andreas, but I think I'm done here. I ran it for about an hour. I'm going to leave this video up. I hope you've enjoyed today's rant. Let's read some comments before I get out of here. Let's see what you guys are saying. I don't want to leave you hanging. Let's go get a happier corp, but also happier community. It could be worse for us. Alter of Orochi, the same thing happened for The Last of Us Part 2. At least they got the message. Did they get... I mean, that's the thing. You can send the message. Like, it still got around. The Last of Us 2, all that footage leaked on Reddit. I saw that stuff on Reddit far before I saw it on YouTube. If they wanted to fix this, remove hyperlinking to Reddit or stop embeds on Reddit. That's the first way. You want to stop an embed campaign, or if you want to stop a harassment campaign, remove embeds on Reddit. That's the first thing. Remove hyperlinking on Reddit. That solves all your problems right there. That's where all that shit's coming from. Guarantee. Lester Bronson, that Sonic movie looked like a joke. If I was a diehard Sonic fan, I'd especially be disappointed. I will tell you what. I saw Sonic the Hedgehog right before COVID hit on opening day, and I thought it was passable. I laughed. There were some interesting moments. It was not as terrible as I thought it would be. Now, I'm not a diehard Sonic fan either way. I could take it or leave them. But I like the new design. I like that it was more faithful to the game. It's very rare that gamers get a somewhat faithful in design representation of our franchise. Yeah, it could be a little jarring, the contrast between video game and human. But, I mean, outside of doing a puppet... I would take video game Sonic over Eldritch horror Sonic any day. Rip comments, says Last Go Get a fictive truism. Same. Not going to support obvious cash grab movies made by people who don't genuinely care about the source material. Mr. C Vids, appreciate the stream, King. Thanks. Miguel says, Reddit once again proves to be the true evil. Yeah. Any comments on the Uncharted porn parody starring Tom Holland? I'm not going to go see the Uncharted movie. I honestly think there's no point in making an Uncharted movie because they're essentially movies. They're missing the component everyone liked about Uncharted. The participation in the action movie. Okay, anything Naughty Dog makes, they are movies. There's no need for a Last of Us television show. There's no need for an Uncharted movie. people like those games for the cinematic elements, to see the cool things I can do when I hit X on the screen. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money, and it's just going to disappoint diehard fans. I don't think it's going to develop a new fan base at all. And that's where I'm at there. Anyway, we've had an hour 10. I went off on that rant, so thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for tweeting out my stuff. I really appreciate that, chat. And that's my opinion as somebody who's been making content for over 5-6 years now on YouTube. It's not about us. And it sucks that you guys don't have a way to express that publicly in the quickest, most digestible fashion possible. But I mean, if you want to leave some feedback on here, go ahead. Tell me how you feel, chat. I'll read it. That's kind of the point. But anyways, happy weekend. I'll be back at it later this month. I've got another Sweary Files coming out on The Good Life. Is it a good life? Is it a bad life? Find out in the newest Sweary Files. My writing partner, Mark, will be in town. So we'll have a lot to say.